Good evening. Coming up tonight, breaking news regarding the student government elections, your new student body vice president and speaker of the student senate coming up.
The Gamecock baseball team kept their bats hot yesterday. Stay tuned for the details on their dominant performance.
And finally, HBO Max is rebooting another teen drama to match this era's issues. Stick around to find out more.
All of that and more tonight on SGTV Nightly News.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse studio, this is SGTV Nightly News. Good evening, Carolina. I'm Finn Carlin.
And I'm Will Kronsberg. Thanks for joining us tonight.
First, breaking news from the U of SC campus tonight as student government election results have been announced. The office of Student Body Vice President has been won by Emily Dangler, who ran on the Evolve ticket. The office for Speaker of the Student Senate has been won by Morgiana McDevitt, who ran on her own. The Student Body President and Treasurer for the 2021-2022 academic year will be announced outside of Gambrell later tonight following a Constitutional Committee hearing. Stay tuned with SGTV News 4 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for all of your election updates.
Peter McCoy, the U.S. Attorney for the state of South Carolina, has announced his intention to resign at the end of this week. McCoy first filled the post just 11 months ago after serving 9 years in the SC House of Representatives, where he was the chairman of the Judiciary Committee. The resignation comes at the behest of President Joe Biden, as each U.S. attorney is appointed by the president, and a switch in the party of the executive often signals a changeover in U.S. attorneys' offices nationwide. McCoy has not announced plans after his resignation at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, but the office is expected to be taken over in the interim by Rhett DeHart, the first assistant U.S. attorney for South Carolina.
Prisma Health revealed the launch of a new program made to help those in impoverished Columbia areas get their dose of the coronavirus vaccine. These mobile vaccine health clinics, partnered with the U of SC School of Medicine, began giving shots this past Saturday in the Midlands and the Upstate. Officials say that approximately 258 first doses were given at both sites. According to ABC Columbia, community-specific events will be organized as drive-through events with required appointments. To find out more information on where these mobile locations will be during the spring, you can visit Prisma Health's website at www.prismahealth.org.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration announced this morning a single-shot COVID-19 vaccine manufactured by Johnson & Johnson has met the criteria for emergency use authorization. The vaccine differs from previously distributed COVID-19 vaccines in that patients can get it once and not have to worry about coming back in a few weeks for a second dose. However, recipients may be exchanging some effectiveness for the ease of a single shot. Johnson & Johnson has reported a global efficacy of 66.9% in limiting COVID-19 infection, which falls short of the roughly 95% efficacy of the popular Moderna and Pfizer vaccines. The vaccine is in the process of being introduced in South Africa, where it has been 86% effective in stopping serious symptoms of the highly contagious strain in the area. So, Finn, it's really good to hear that we have another option for vaccines, and this one is obviously a single shot, a little bit easier on all of us patients.
And not only just there, but also locally in the state of South Carolina. Now Prisma Health is offering those mobile vaccine locations to make it easier for a lot of people to get their first dose of the coronavirus vaccine. And even though there is the Johnson & Johnson's new option for the one dose, now people in impoverished areas in Columbia and in the upstate can get their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, making it more available for everybody.
Absolutely. It gives us a lot of options to hopefully get vaccinated soon and get back to normal life.
Absolutely. Well, coming up, we have the latest on Carolina sports from our sports anchor, Brianna Walton, so stick with us.
Welcome back, everyone. The Gamecock baseball team was in action for a matinee yesterday afternoon. Let's check in with News 4 sports reporter Brianna Walton to give us the details. Brianna?
Thank you, Will. South Carolina baseball defeated Winthrop in their midweek matchup 12-4. It was a slugfest at Founders Park, with the Gamecocks hitting 7 home runs against Winthrop, and junior Wes Clark had 3 homers himself, becoming the first Gamecock to hit 3 home runs in a game since Justice Smoke in 2008. Clark West was perfect at the plate, going 3 for 3 with 4 runs scored and 3 RBIs. In the 8th inning, Braylon Weimer, Wes Clark, and David Menham hit back-to-back-to-back home runs for the Gamecocks, while the 8-man pitching rotation sent 17 Eagles back into the dugout with strikeouts. The undefeated Gamecocks will be back in action for a 3-game series versus rival Clemson. Friday's game will be at Clemson. Saturday's game will be in Greenville at a neutral site, and the series will wrap up at Founders Park on Sunday. The South Carolina High School 5A basketball tournament kicked off yesterday, and the teams will be playing for the title of best team in the state. Ridgeview and Dorman both demolished their opponents to move on to the second round of the playoffs. Ridgeview defeated Woodmont 80-65, and Dorman knocked off Clover High 73-48. Dorman and Ridgeview will face each other Friday for a spot in the state championship, and it will be one to watch. Dorman has won 4 straight Class 5A championships, and Ridgeview has won 3 in Class 4A before moving to 5A. Be on the lookout for Dorman's junior Jalen Brazil, who is ranked as the best recruit in the state and 15th nationally. Brazil had a big impact last year during Dorman's state championship run. The state championship will be played right here in Columbia, but what is typically a sellout game will feature only 200 fans due to COVID-19. That's what's happening for Columbia sports. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Brianna. Coming up, we have the latest on all things Columbia and Gamecock entertainment, so don't go away.
Hit 2000's teen drama will be added to HBO Max, as well as a new Spotify podcast by some familiar names. Here to give you the latest are News 4 entertainment reporters Marissa Giray and Alona Donovan.
Thank you, Finn. Before we get into our entertainment news, today's Black History Month fact takes us back to 1923 when Garrett Morgan invented the 3-light traffic light. He had seen a bad accident occur at an intersection and expanded on the current traffic light we have today, which includes the yield light, warning drivers of an upcoming stop. Due to the success of his inventions, he became the first African American in Ohio to own a car. After 8 long years, a reboot of the very popular teen drama show Gossip Girl is going to be launched by HBO Max later this year. Producers are going to be bringing topics and issues that are current to our era, addressing how social media in New York itself have changed over all these years. Audrey Hope, who plays Emily Lind, stated the new version will feel more inclusive, and it's about normalizing things that we do different, that used to be different or a taboo. This show will stay true to the nature of Gossip Girl, just with a different take.
I'm actually really excited for this. Gossip Girl was my guilty pleasure in high school, and I was all for the drama, so I'm glad that they're sticking to the original nature.
Yes, I am so excited for this reboot. I just can't wait.
Absolutely. Bruce Springsteen and Barack Obama are co-hosts of a new podcast called Renegades Born in the USA. In this podcast, they discuss a vast range of topics like race, fatherhood, and division in America. Although these sound like heavy topics, the show rarely gets political. It is described as a searching, high-minded discussion of life in the U.S. from 2 masters of the form. Despite appearing to have nothing in common, the 2 men have been friends for a while. They met in 2008 during Obama's presidential campaign, where Springsteen performed. Since that time, their friendship has clearly grown. The first 2 episodes of their podcast were released on Spotify Monday. Spotify plans on releasing the other 6 shows weekly.
What an interesting pair. I actually already listened to the first episode when it came out on Monday, and I can't wait to listen to more of them. Do you plan on listening to any of them?
I actually saw an ad for it on Spotify the other day, so I guess that's the universe and you telling me to watch it now, so I might have to check it out. That's all that we have for you guys tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, Marissa and Alona. Coming up after the break, meteorologist Bryce Glenn will let you know what to expect for this week's forecast, so don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to your weekly forecast. We're going to jump right in with our weather headlines for today. First off, we're going to have a mostly sunny day tomorrow, and we're going to have some rain likely on Friday as those showers start to approach the Midlands. Mostly clear on Saturday, though, with some clouds floating around out there and some warmer weekend temperatures to go along with it. Today in South Carolina, it was fairly warm for this time of year. Record highs at 73 in Greenville and in Rock Hill, also 73 in Greenwood. Moving down to the Midlands in Florence, we are at 74, 75 in Sumter, same here in Columbia, 75, Orangeburg as well, and 75 in Aiken. Along the coast, a little bit cooler as usual, 76 in Myrtle Beach, 72 in Charleston, and 72 as well in Hilton Head. Right now in Columbia, it is pretty comfortable out there at 64 degrees, feels like 64, no real wind chill going on. However, we do have a slight southwest breeze of 6 miles per hour. Our humidity is pretty dry at 40%. It's clear and cool out there at 7:19 p.m. and our sunset was at 6:16. For the weather this week, tomorrow, like I was saying, is going to be mostly sunny at 70 degrees. Friday, showers likely at 54, so maybe if you're going out, wear a raincoat and maybe a jacket under it as well. Saturday, partly sunny at 68, really starting to warm up again as we move into the weekend. Sunday, we're going to have a chance of showers at 75, real warm that day. Chance of showers again on Monday at 70. We're going to cool down again on Tuesday at 59 with some more rain in the forecast. We'll be right back.
And finally tonight's Carolina Canine features a 9-month-old lab mix by the name of Obi, sent in by USC student KT O'Shields. Obi loves to take trips around the block, play fetch, and of course, belly scratches. The second picture was apparently taken just as he was about to sneeze. If you would like to keep up with all things Obi, head on over to Instagram and follow this cute pup at obi.the.canine. Now, I think this is one of the first times since the pandemic started that we will be able to say that something actually looks cute as it's about to sneeze.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point, Ben. Obi is a really cute lab, and the sneezing picture is just, it's perfect.
And also 9 months old. 9 months old, such an adorable pup.
9 months pre-pandemic, or post-pandemic. Well, that's all we have for tonight's edition of SGTV Nightly News.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at USC. To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV Nightly News, I'm Finn Carlin.
And I'm Will Kronsberg. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina, forever to be.